When it comes down to it, we're all obsessed with time in some way. We try to save it, manage it, stretch it, and most often we regret how we used it. But what if you had all the time in the world? What if human life, with all its fury, ambition, drive, passion, was just a blinking of an eye to you? In Frieren's perspective, we meet our protagonist, obviously Frieren. But she doesn't have to worry about running out of time. She's an elf. She's effectively immortal. She will not die to old age. Age will just die to her, basically. She has lived thousands of years. But this isn't a story about her epic power, her incredible magic ability, or what happens when the adventure's happening or going on. The adventure's over. We're in the cool down phase. It's a journey on how she handles emotions and time and opening up and stuff like that. Today we're going to look at the beautiful, slow, but often sad world of Frieren, and to explore what it truly means to live in the moment. I'm your host, Anime 101. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get into it right now. To understand Frieren's journey, we first have to understand her perspective. For us, 10 years is a decade. It's a significant portion of our adulthood. It's enough time to build a career, raise a child, or fall in love. But to Frieren, 10 years is basically a blink. When the hero party returns after defeating the Demon King, they celebrate their 10-year journey. Frieren's response is shockingly blunt. It wasn't really that long. This emotional detachment isn't malice. It's a perspective. Because she lived so long, she has a subconscious, defense mechanism. Why get attached to something that will wither in a moment? Frieren is physically present, but is mentally living in an eternal later. She treats interactions as a point in time, or basically data, if you think about it, of unique events. She postpones connection because she believes that there will always be more time. She's quite literally taking eternity for granted. But then, the later runs out. The turning point of the entire series is Himmel's funeral. Himmel, the legendary hero, charismatic leader, dies of old age. But Frieren is there, looking exactly as she did 50 years prior. She expects to feel nothing. She expects to be just there. She expects this to be another blimp in her existence. But as the dirt falls on the coffin, a floodgate breaks. Frieren isn't crying because she lost Himmel. She's crying because she realized she never truly had him. She spent those 10 years with him, but she wasn't present with him. She overlooked his emotions, his kindness, and his attempts to connect. This is the first lesson Frieren learns. Memories are only precious if you're present when they were made. Now, her iconic line, "Why didn't I try to know him better?" is the catalyst for the entire series. It's not a request for information, it's a confession of spiritual failure. She realized that immortality has a hidden trap. If everything is eternal, nothing is sacred. And with that, it's also that question of would you want to live forever? Would you want to be immortal? And most people will be like, yeah, I don't want to die. Death is scary and stuff like that. But if you're immortal, death is all around you, except it's not coming for you. It's coming for the people you love, care about, cherish, the places you visit. Like, if I was immortal and I visited a city and I visited 500 years later, it could be dead, it could be deserted, it could be destroyed, it could be annihilated. But I'm still here. And I'm like, wow, what kind of hellscape is this? It's basically like in I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Everything around you is dying. Everything around you is basically falling apart, and you can't do nothing to stop it. But Frieren sets off again. But this time her destination isn't the Demon King's castle. It is, experiences. It's around us, essentially. It is the journey she wants to enjoy, not the destination. She wants to interact with Stark and Fern. She wants to live the life that, well, for the past thousands of years, she really didn't want to or really couldn't. But now she's just going to be in that moment. Every time Fern is angry at her, she's just going to live in the moment. Every time Stark is battling and wants to get better, she's going to live in that moment. There's no more later with her. It's now. It is now. Her human companion Fern often gets frustrated by Frieren's slowness. For Fern, a human, time is precious because it's scarce. But Frieren is teaching Fern and herself that being in a rush is its own form of apathy. By rushing through the small tasks, you are deciding they have no value. Frieren now wants to give everything its due time. This leads us to central philosophy of the show. Why is living in the moment so important in Frieren? The anime suggests that meaning is derived from, well, ourselves, our moments, and what's going on now rather than later. Consider the meteors in the show. They are beautiful because they happen once every 50 years. If that happened every night, Frieren would stop watching. The 10 years with Himmel were special because Himmel was a human, and his life was going to end. His mortality gave their time together its value. The party, just that moment, made it so special. Frieren doesn't celebrate the epic battles or grand destinies. It celebrates the slice of life. It argues that living deeply isn't about achieving immortality or leaving a lasting legacy through a massive statue. It's about being totally focused on the surroundings and the present. The warmth of a sunrise or the expression on your friend's face when you do something silly. That's what makes it so beautiful. That's what makes it so great. So what can Frieren teach us about our own lives? Unfortunately, well, something's happened. It's easy to look at Frieren and think her immortality makes her journey easy. But the truth is, we all have a little bit of the old Frieren inside of us. We take our lives for granted whenever we tell ourselves, I'll tell him I love him later, or I'll take the trip next year. Or when we sit down with our loved ones, but our minds are lost in the anxieties of tomorrow and next week. We are mentally taking our eternity for granted while our time is actively running out. Frieren had thousands of years to learn this lesson. We have much less. The beauty of Frieren isn't that eternity feels different, it's that it is different. That we must live the moment now. We must live now. We can't push everything off. We can't say next week, next month, next year, or next decade. If you want to get something done, you gotta do it now. If you want to build a business, do it now. If you want to confess to that girl you like, do it now. If you want to start planning your dream trip and say, oh yeah, I can plan it over the summer. No, start planning it now so you can go during the summer. But it's just a beautiful show. Frieren is a beautiful journey that gives us the cool down of the journey. We're not fighting the Demon King. We're not doing that stuff. We're just wandering the wilderness. We're just stopping in at an inn. It is a beautiful show, and I recommend it to everyone watching. Anyway, what's your opinion on this show and the use of time in the show? It's truly a beautiful thing if you think about it. Anyway, that's it from me, your host, MA One-on-One. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff. Signing out. See you guys next time. Have a fantastic day.